Thank you for your time, because we want to talk about automation trends. You are automation and AI leader and global influencer, and you're very busy with clients every day. So who, if not you, will tell us about automation trends to watch this year and beyond? Could we begin with technology? I mean, we talk about process automation, we talk about digital transformation every day now. How does it look from your side of the business where you are?
Well, for sure, this is a topic that's been building up a lot of momentum throughout the years, especially the last 3 or 4 years. We're coming to a space now where it's becoming quite massively adopted. So the trend that's going to be continuing this year, I think, is companies that haven't started it yet are going to really accelerate their adoption of automation, especially starting with just very simple automation like RPA. And that will accelerate exponentially throughout this year. This is the year of adoption, especially for mass adoption, whereas last year and the year before was adoption by the market leaders, by blue chips especially. So this adoption will take shape for a number of reasons. And the reason why it didn't happen before is because, one, the amount of people in the market, so talent, wasn't readily available. From kind of end of last year, this year onwards, when people have started to reskill, they started to refocus their careers to the new hot topics that are coming up, such as automation. There's a lot more available talent this year than there was last year. And the talent that did come into the space 2 or 3 years ago, they're more mature, they have a few more battle scars, so they kind of know what they're doing now. So that experienced market in terms of talent is going to be available as well. So now that companies have gone through the scarce of COVID environment where people can work from anywhere, the locations from which you can hire these talents has broadened. So companies have a more open mind in terms of where they can hire these people from, and that has also allowed more people to become readily available. So people are one of the most important things also in automation, funnily enough, even though that's a bit of a funny contradiction. You do need people to develop automations and to make automation programs. So adoption can finally happen now because of these two factors I just mentioned. So mass adoption, that's one trend. The other trend is for those companies who are blue chips, who have been doing this for a couple of years, they're finally starting to figure out how to marry up simple automation with AI. So the two worlds will finally collide. Where the process-orientated people who do more simple automation like RPA will finally start being put under the same leadership and the same umbrella as the folks who build algorithms and do machine learning and deep learning, etc. They will be asked to join forces in order to combine something that will make hyper-automation, intelligent automation. There's different definitions for it. But the two capabilities will finally start coming together under one roof, thinking together, working for the same business under the same teams. So that's going to be very interesting. Another reason why that's happening is also because of the whole COVID environment. Companies have been reducing their cost base, and having two separate teams which are effectively trying to make the business more efficient doesn't make sense. It's doubling up on costs. So by cost cutting, bringing the teams together who are doing similar things, is also forcing that conversation, forcing the topic of the marriage between simple and complicated automation. So that will happen, but mostly at blue chip level, companies who have been doing this for a couple of years. The other trend is also that the same way how RPA has become more off the shelf, you can just go buy it and plug it in and start training and using it. The same is starting to happen on the AI side of the world. There's a lot of very good AI tools nowadays where you can take it off the shelf, put it into your company, and you don't need data scientists. You don't need people who are AI engineers, Python experts in order to build the algorithms that you need for your business. You can do it through very simple tagging, through very easy-to-use interfaces. So just normal business people can start using these tools. And that's actually a very big thing because finally AI has become more approachable. The normal folks now have the capability of working with AI tools without needing to have that technical background.
And this is major. This is democratization of AI. right? You don't
Exactly.
need a PhD on board to make changes to your business application. This is fantastic. Can we go deeper on this topic, please? Because in 2020, we spoke a lot about how do we make AI available to broader set, not even engineers, but business people mostly. So are there any good examples you saw where companies really, where it's really easy to adapt and it's low-hanging fruit that they can reach out for? Mm-hmm.
So there's been a lot of complicated cases where before you need a lot of data scientists. So things like, if you're an insurance company and you want to find, the prediction of when the next sick person will come by, you need to have, before you needed to have a lot of data scientists and statisticians and mathematicians to come together to put this together. Nowadays, you can put that model together with just simple business people plugging in data from the existing systems that they have. Other things which are more complicated, such as taking information out of highly unstructured documents. Before, you need to have a bunch of data scientists, a bunch of people with PhDs, and knew how to look at standard deviation and things like that. Nowadays, you can just have normal business people that can tag those documents and teach the robot what to look for in these highly unstructured documents. There are many examples. So it's all about ease of use, right? A lot of these AI tools have become easier to use. The interface has been tailored to people who are not technical. Like you said, this is actually quite huge. And this is the year where it's finally started to happen at mass scale, where a lot of the AI companies who are bringing these solutions to the table have thought about, okay, we need to make this approachable to the normal Joe, the normal Jane in the market. Anybody should be able to use this tool, not just very skilled people.